Hello guys, welcome once more to class online. My name is Mr. Jamb, and in this edition we shall be looking at Jamb Physics 2011 question number 31 to number 35, and we shall be dealing with some critical aspect of physics that will make you understand a lot in physics, and you'll be much better than when you started watching this video. We have don't forget, if you learned something from this video, click on like button. We have a lot to share with you that will better clarify a lot to you in physics. Let's get to number 31. It says a cannon is fired from town X. After how long will the sound heard at a town Y 4.95 kilometer away? After how long was the sound heard at town 9? Okay, town Y 4.95 kilometer away. Velocity of sound in air is 330 meters per second. Now, this is simply a question on speed and distance. Now, whenever you hear the word sound speed, there's a formula to use, and that formula is very, very critical. Now, when we come to speed of wave, now sound is a kind of wave, right? But sound speed is by this formula, F equals F lambda. But in this formula, we don't have frequency in this question, and we don't have lambda. So we have to adjust the question a little, the formula a little. So instead of frequency itself is a modification. It is the inverse of period. So frequency itself is 1 over period, 1 over t. Then lambda is double of distance, and that is 2 distance. So I will put this formula together, and that will give me velocity of speed is 2 distance divided by time, and that is just it. Now, but we are told to find after how long, then we are finding time. So if I turn the formula around by cross multiplying, I'll get my time. So my time will now become, time is now going to become 2d divided by v, because I turn this formula around. Okay, that means I cross multiply v times t divided by v, vt equals 2d, dividing both sides by v, I'll have t equals 2d divided by v. Now plug in your parameters 2, then my distance is what? 4.95. I was giving 4.95 kilometer. Okay, but I have to make it into meter, because distance should be measured in meter, not in kilometer, and that will give me 4.95, okay, times 1000, because 1000 meter make 1 kilometer. So therefore I'll just say 2 times 4.95 times 1000 divided by the velocity, which is what? 330, and that will become 2 times this, okay, times 2 will give me 9,900 divided by 330, and that will give me 30 seconds, and that is the time it will take. So it will take me 30 seconds. Don't forget, most importantly, it's not the answer, it's the formula and how I used it. Whenever you hear the word velocity or speed of sound, it is v equals f lambda. But you should also know that the formula can be modified depending on the question into frequency itself is the inverse of period, and wavelength is this lambda is wavelength. This lambda is wavelength, and wavelength is double of distance. So you can modify it into this or this. Okay, so please take note. And this was what I used to find my answer as 30 seconds, and that is the time. Number 32 says an image in a convex lens is upright and magnified 3 times. So the focal length of the image of the lens is 15 centimeters. What is the object distance? So it was magnified 3 times. So this is what to do. F was 15 centimeters, but it was magnified 3 times. So you just say that magnification is 3, right? It was magnified 3 times, and that will become magnification itself. So if magnification is 3, okay, is 3. Magnification is 3, and that means that magnification itself is what? V over u. That means image distance over object distance is magnification, and it is 3. But I didn't put 3 here, I put -3. Why? Because it's a convex lens or a converging lens. For anything converging, the magnification will be negative. Please take note, if it is a concave lens, I will just put 3. I won't put minus. But for anything converging, the magnification has to be negative. And please take note of that for converging lens only. Okay, now this is negative, so therefore from here I can get my v over u equals -3. So I'm to find the object distance, that's my u. Therefore I will find my v. So my V is therefore, if I cross this formula around, if I cross multiply, I'll be getting V equals minus 3U. Okay, now so I'll plug it in and I'll have 1 over F. This is the middle formula. 1 over F equals 1 over U plus 1 over V. My F is 15. Then my U is not known since I'm told to find the object distance. So I'm to find my U. Okay, then my U is not known. Minus, why minus? Because this is negative. Then 1 over V. My V is 3U. Okay, my V itself is 3U. Because, why is it 3U? Okay, because that was what I did here. Okay, I plug in because the magnification itself is 3. Okay, but why is it negative? Because this is negative here. So the negativity will come here and turn the positive sign to negative sign. And that will become 1 over 15 equal 1 over U minus 1 over 3U. Okay, because the magnification is 3 times. Okay, and so I'm to find the U, or the object distance, right? Okay, so the LCM is 30U. All the ones below, their LCM is 30U. Okay, so plug in the LCM beside everything. 30U, 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 30U. 15 called 30. 15 divided 30 is 2. That will become remaining 2U equals U cancel U is 30 minus U cancel U, then 3 cancel 30 is 10, and that's it. So I have 2U equals 30 minus 10, and that will give me 2U equals 20 divided by 2. U is equal to 20 divided by 2. U is equal to 10 centimeter, and that is the answer. The answer to that question for the object distance is 10 centimeter. Of course, and you know that the image distance is negative, so that will have been the image distance will have been minus 3U, and that will become minus 30. That because U is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. That will have become the image distance is minus 30, and that is the answer to that question. So the object distance is simply 10 centimeter, and that is the way to solve it. Now, number 33 says the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor is 20 microfarad in air and 60 microfarad in the presence of a dielectric. What is the dielectric constant? This is very, very easy. Now, what to do is simple. You must know that dielectric constant is the ratio of the capacitance, okay, in the dielectric over the capacitance in air. Now, what is the capacitance in the dielectric? It is 60 divided by the capacitance in air, which is 20. If you call it, you'll be getting 3. So the dielectric constant is simply 3. It is just the ratio of the first to the second, and that is just it. Or the ratio of the second to the first, and that is just the dielectric constant, and that is the answer, 3. Number 34 says, in the circuit above, 3 resistors, 2 ohms, 4 ohms, and 12 ohms are connected in parallel, and a 12-volt battery is connected across the combination. The current flowing through a 12 ohm resistor is what? Now, these are all in parallel, right? Now, what should you do? Now, I will only work with the one that has to do with the 12. I'm not finding for all. I'm only finding for the one that has to do with the 12 ohm, right? Now, what to do is just to use the Ohm's law. V equals IR. This is the Ohm's law. And it says that what? Current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference. Okay? Now, that is the Ohm's law. So, V equals IR. Now, what is my I'm to find the current, right? That's I. Okay, so that's my I. I'm to find the current flowing through. So, the I is the subject now. I equals V over R. Now, what's my V? My V is my potential difference. My potential difference here is 12 volts at the battery or at the cell, and that's 12. Then my R, my resistance. I'm not to use the total resistance. No, I'm just to use. They said what is the current flowing at 12 ohm resistor. Okay, so the resistance will now be 12 ohm, and that will become 12 divided by 12, and that will give me my current as 1 ampere. Don't forget the Ohm's law. V equals IR. It is the key to answering that I use to answer this question. You know, you need to know some formulas to be able to answer some questions, because without the formula, you don't have the key to that question. The formulas are like keys to open the door. So you need to master, like I always have a formula book. So you must take note of some formula, because there are some formula that you can't afford to forget. Okay, and that is the way this question is done. D is the answer. Number 35 says, if the charge of electricity per kilowatt is 4 naira, what is the cost of operating an electrical appliance rated 250 watts at 2 ampere for 6 hours? Now, this topic is under electric costing, right? Now for electric costing, the formula to use is very simple. I'll give you a master formula, and the master formula is just multiply electric costing equals multiply the power in kilowatts. The power must be in kilowatts, okay? Now you know the power given to us must be in kilowatts, and that is it. So the power must be in kilowatts, okay? Times the time in hour times the unit cost in naira. This is the summary of all I will do. The electric costing is power in kilowatts times time times unit cost, and that's just it. Now, what's my power? You know, power is IV. The formula for power is IV. That's current times voltage. Now, what's the current here? The current here is 2 ampere. Now, what's the voltage? The voltage is what, 250. Just multiply these two, and that will give you your power. But your power will be in watts. So to make it kilowatts, you have to divide it by 1000. So what I'm saying here is that current times voltage is the power, but that is power in watts. So to make it kilo, divided by 1000. Okay, so this is my power in kilowatt here. Then my time is what, 6 hours. Okay, and my unit cost is 4 naira, right? So multiply everything here, and that will give me 2 times 250 is 500 times 6 times 4 divided by 1000, and that will give me 12,000 divided by 1000, and the answer is simply 12 naira, and that is the cost on that charge. That's the charge on that for the electricity used, and that is the answer to the question. Don't forget that next time you see question on electric costing, turn the power, find the power in kilowatts, okay, multiply it by the time and multiply it by the unit cost, and that will give you your answer straight up. Next time you see that, don't show mercy, deal with it and kill it off, and that is the answer to number 35. And that brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget that if you learned something from this series, click on like button. We have a lot to share with you that will better help you understand things. Until we see again, guys, take care of yourself and bye for now.